Occupational medical surveillance is a critical component of occupational health and safety programs aimed at ensuring the well-being of workers in various industries. This systematic approach involves the continuous monitoring and evaluation of workers' health to identify, prevent, and mitigate health risks associated with workplace exposures. Objectives of occupational medical surveillance. 1. Early detection of occupational diseases. By conducting regular health assessments, occupational medical surveillance helps in the early identification of diseases or conditions that may be linked to workplace exposures. 2. Prevention of health hazards. Surveillance programs are designed to prevent occupational illnesses by identifying hazardous conditions and implementing control measures to reduce or eliminate exposures. 3. Regulatory compliance. Many jurisdictions require employers to comply with occupational health and safety regulations, which include conducting regular health surveillance of employees. 4. Data collection and analysis. Gathering health data from workers helps in analyzing trends, identifying potential health risks, and informing policy and procedural changes to enhance workplace safety. Key components of occupational medical surveillance. 1. Baseline health assessments. Initial health evaluations conducted at the time of employment to establish a baseline for future comparisons. 2. Periodic health examinations. Regular health checks to monitor any changes in the health status of employees, particularly those exposed to specific occupational hazards. 3. Biological monitoring. Testing for the presence of specific substances in the body that may indicate exposure to hazardous materials, such as lead or other heavy metals. 4. Health risk assessments. Evaluating the risk of exposure to occupational hazards and the potential impact on workers' health. 5. Health education and training. Educating workers about occupational health risks and proper safety practices to prevent illness and injury. 6. Return to work evaluations. Assessing the health of workers returning to work after an illness or injury to ensure they can safely resume their duties. ### Implementation of occupational medical surveillance. Effective implementation requires a multidisciplinary approach involving occupational health professionals, safety officers, and management. Key steps include 1. Risk assessment. Identifying and evaluating potential health hazards in the workplace. 2. Surveillance plan development, creating a structured plan that outlines the frequency and type of health assessments needed based on the identified risks. 3. Health monitoring, conducting regular health assessments and maintaining comprehensive health records for all employees. 4. Intervention and follow-up, implementing interventions when health risks are identified and conducting follow-up evaluations to monitor the effectiveness of these interventions. 5. Documentation and reporting, maintaining accurate records of all surveillance activities and reporting findings to relevant stakeholders, including regulatory bodies. Challenges and considerations. 1. Confidentiality, ensuring the privacy and confidentiality of workers' health information. 2. Worker participation, encouraging worker participation in surveillance programs and addressing concerns about job security and discrimination. 3. Resource allocation, allocating sufficient resources, including trained personnel and funding, to sustain effective surveillance programs. 4. Regulatory compliance, staying abreast of evolving regulations and standards related to occupational health and safety. Conclusion. Occupational medical surveillance is vital for safeguarding workers' health and ensuring safe working environments. By systematically monitoring health outcomes and exposures, employers can prevent occupational diseases, comply with legal requirements, and promote a culture of health and safety in the workplace. Continuous improvement and adherence to best practices in occupational health will enhance the effectiveness of these programs and contribute to the overall well-being of the workforce.